Naomi is the newest addition to the CW's DC universe, which will be supervised by Ava DuVernay, who is set to produce the live-action adaptation of DC's comic book series New Gods, which includes Naomi. In a clip from the teaser, we get our first sight of Naomi. Meanwhile, Superman and Lois return for a second season. Stay tuned as we take a deep dive into the new comic book adaptation, as well as the upcoming season of Superman and Lois. First, let's dive into Naomi Duffel, aka the Powerhouse. Aquaman dubbed Naomi a powerhouse thanks to her superior genes, which were awakened when her parents were exposed to radiation that gave her superhuman abilities and strength when they were active. Her body is teeming with explosive energy, which she may use to her advantage. As a result, she's comparable to Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Black Adam, Superman, and Supergirl in terms of strength. So who is Naomi? Naomi was only formed in 2019, but unlike many young superheroes, she isn't attached to a pre-existing franchise. The typical spectator may be accused for not knowing what to anticipate from her. That makes Naomi one of the most fascinating developments in the DC universe, because her narrative is still in its infancy in the comics, giving the writers plenty of leeway and allowing actor Kaci Walfall to define Naomi via her own interpretation. But who is Naomi in the books? And what impact will she have on the Arrowverse TV show? Let's find out. Now let's get into the comic book origin story. Naomi discovers she is a survivor from a horrific parallel universe in the comics, and an encounter with a strange substance from her home planet unlocks her incredible abilities. Her natural instinct is to seek aid from Superman, and she eventually joins the Justice League as a junior member. Naomi McDuffie was an adopted child who yearned to learn the truth about her past. She'd always been drawn to Superman, connecting with him because of his history as an adopted Kryptonian, and a relatively close encounter with the Man of Steel brought up all of her own identity issues. Naomi gradually unearthed a conspiracy concealing her actual origin as a refugee from some other universe where Earth had been ravaged by an environmental disaster, spawning a generation of formidable supervillains. Zambado, who had taken over the Earth and left a few other superhumans fighting to rule smaller territories and endure his wrath, was the most fearsome of these. When Zambado learned that a kid had been born to two superhumans, he attempted to murder the infant, was saved by being hurled into another universe. Next, we look into the superpowers. Naomi can transform into a superpowered state that protects her body with otherworldly armor. She possesses a diverse set of extraordinary powers, including the ability to fly, superhero strength, and super healing, but she's most known for her energy manipulation abilities, which have been seen as flowing energy that she has full control over in the comics. Naomi's energy flow encompasses her entire body, and she can use it with energy blasts or super punches to increase her physical power, somewhat similar to Captain Marvel from the Marvel Universe. Next, what to expect from the show. The series will portray an adolescent girl on her journey from a small town in the Northwest to the multiverse's cornerstones. Naomi sets out to explore the roots of a strange occurrence that rocks her town to its core. We'll avoid significant spoilers here because finding out what's going on with Naomi and in her hometown was part of the excitement of reading the Naomi comics Season 1 plot. Readers who did pick up the comic, on the other hand, were treated to a fascinating and touching narrative of a young lady on a small-town voyage of destiny and self-discovery. The plot is filled with suspense and godlike action, and it's probable that the production crew will stick to the comic storyline. Even if you haven't read the comics before, this is an excellent time to do so. Naomi's closest friends are two females who are diametrically opposed to one another in the comics, and she strikes up a connection with the town's resident loner, a gigantic, muscular mechanic. Naomi has now made cameos in Action Comics and Young Justice, indicating that her future in DC's comic book universe is bright. It's also good to see it potentially expanding to the big screen. Naomi is DuVernay's third DC project. As more information on this possible series becomes available, expect to hear a lot more about Naomi. How will she fit into the Arrowverse? The multiverse has long been a part of the CW's DC universe, culminating in the epic Crisis on Infinite Earths. Given that, adapting this comic book plot for the CW shouldn't be too tough. Cranston Johnson has been cast as Zimbardo, Naomi's arch nemesis from her native universe, who initially attempted to murder her when she was a baby. Who's Superman in Naomi's universe? The clips from DC Fandom 2021 featured a surprise appearance from the Man of Steel himself, where fans were given a quick glimpse of CW's newest superhero, Naomi. She merely made her comic book debut in 2019, and now the CW is developing a series to bring her into the DC universe 2 years later. According to a new teaser trailer released by Warner Brothers, Naomi bolts out of school in the expectation of seeing Superman attend to an incident in her city. Naomi gets inspired by Superman after learning that he was adopted, and her own history with the adoption system has led her to connect with the Man of Steel. This near miss with Superman serves as the catalyst for the young hero's still unfolding adventure, as she begins to realize her own origins and learns the startling reality that she is from another universe. Outside of a short red and blue blur in the sky, the last son of Krypton doesn't appear in the teaser trailer, but given that this is the DC universe, it's safe to presume he's the iteration of Superman portrayed by Tyler Hoechlin. The Naomi trailers have hinted that this is a fairly comic book accurate translation. So Tyler Hoechlin as Superman and Lois, or possibly his superpowered adolescent son Jordan Kent, wouldn't be unexpected. In the aftermath of the franchise's main series, Arrow, coming to an end in 2020, Naomi may help tie all the mini DC Universe strands together, perhaps establishing a few more team-ups and even some prospective Arrowverse Justice League adventures. Next, Season 2 of Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois Season 1 is concluded, and it was an amazing joyride from beginning to end. Is there a desire for more in you? Do you need to get back to Smallville as soon as possible? The CW has already announced Superman and Lois Season 2, and the first episode has already been written, so we've got some wonderful news for you. Tyler Hoechlin rejoins former Teen Wolf co-star. When Superman and Lois returns for Season 2, there will be a few casting changes. Chrissy Beppo's actress, Sophia Hasmick, will be upgraded to a series regular, according to Deadline. Ian Bohen will play Lieutenant Mitch Anderson, the new sheriff in town, at the Department of Defense in a recurring role. Anderson isn't a fan of Superman since his principles aren't the same as his. Anderson will make a concerted effort to keep Superman under DoD control. As many fans will recall, this isn't the first time Bowen and Tyler Hoechlin, who plays Clark Kent, shared the screen. Teen Wolf, which aired on MTV, starred the two actors together, and they were rivals on that show as well. What's the plot for Season 2? While there are limited official details at this time, we can draw several educated guesses. Morgan Edge, identifying himself as Clark's half-brother, Tal-Rho, is likely to have ramifications in the future season. The intent of Tal's quest is to resurrect Krypton on Earth. That is, without a doubt, awful news for mankind. So in addition to dealing with the news that he has a long-lost sister, Clark will very certainly be trying to protect the Earth. Elizabeth Tolock also just tweeted a screenshot of the screenplay for the second season's first episode, titled What Lies Beneath. It's an ominous title that might easily generate a frenzy of inquiry among admirers. Now in other DC news, the producer of Black Adam teases a Wonder Woman crossover. First look of Black Adam was shown during the virtual DC Fandom event, and fans were happy with what they saw. Producer Hiram Garcia recently teased a potential crossover between Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman in a future DC film. When asked if Johnson and his Red Notice co-star Gadot might reunite as Black Adam and Wonder Woman, Garcia appeared certain that it could happen, saying that they'll likely put them together somehow and that they're working on it. The two characters sharing the screen would be spectacular, and Garcia believes Wonder Woman is among the few superheroes who can stand up to Black Adam. It'd be a welcome sight for fans to see these two back on TV. It'd be interesting to watch these two formidable heroes combat against one another in a live-action movie. Really no shocker that Wonder Woman can stand up to many of DC's titans, hence Johnson's Black Adam and hers should be quite evenly matched. Fans are clamoring for more of the Black Adam movie right now. Fans fans can only speculate because the film has only shown one teaser trailer. Hopefully the picture will live up to the expectations, leave audiences craving more in a positive light. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. Thanks for watching.